Most people actually miss this, but it's huge. For the first time in over 50 years, there are no nuclear rules left. No treaties, no limits, nothing. The last agreement that stopped the United States and Russia from stockpiling nukes quietly expired, and nobody replaced it. That's dangerous.
If you are afraid to die, and you're searching for a place where you could hide in a nuclear war, you don't have faith in your heart, my brother. You don't have faith in your heart, my sister. So that's my first advice. Banish fear of death from your heart. Is there anyone telling you that?
For years, religious thinkers like Sheikh Imran Hossein have warned about nuclear war. Back then, it sounded distant, but today, it doesn't. Today, we're uncomfortably close. Because nuclear weapons were never controlled by kindness or morals. They were controlled by fear and agreements. Everyone knew where the red lines were. Now the red lines are gone. And here's the scary part. Western leaders are openly saying nuclear weapons don't scare them anymore. That changes everything.
We were a little bit threatened by Russia, and I sent a submarine, nuclear submarine, the most lethal weapon ever made. Number one, you can't detect it.
I believe the next Hiroshima won't look like Hiroshima. It won't be a city wiped out in a single flash. It will be called a limited strike, a message, a necessary step, and it will likely happen somewhere people already see as expendable, possibly the Islamic Republic of Iran. Why Iran? Well, because Israel keeps pushing for war, demanding Iran abandons its civilian nuclear program, while Israel itself possesses nuclear weapons and refuses to even admit it. And this is where eschatology comes in. You see, every major end times tradition points to the Middle East. The final phase of Dajjal, the Antichrist system, is said to begin there, centered on Jerusalem. But that system can't fully establish itself until all resistance is completely broken. And that's the phase we're in now. Pressure building, resistance being crushed, moves being made quietly.
Look, I think in order for talks to actually lead to something meaningful, they will have to include certain things. And that includes the range of their ballistic missiles. That includes their sponsorship of terrorist organizations across the region. That includes the nuclear program.
Israel was created as the instrument to bring about the Battle of Armageddon and the fulfillment of prophecy, a war that will be so terrible, where nuclear weapons will be used, so that the American citizens and the other people in the world will get down on their knees and beg for no more war. And what is the answer to that? They're going to be told the only way we can guarantee no more war is if we destroy the sovereignty of nations and we come together as one humanity in a one world government.
Right.
This is how End Times Warning describes it. No sudden destruction, but rules collapsing, pride replacing restraint, and people believing they're smarter than consequences. The third and final ruling phase of the Antichrist system is described as a world where power believes it can control everything, even destruction. But destruction doesn't stay controlled. Right now, Russia isn't facing just America, it's facing the United Kingdom, France, Germany, an entire nuclear bloc whose weapons were never properly limited. And Iran isn't facing just Israel or the United States, it's facing the collective West, plus regional Arab regimes that want Iran weakened, but they fear a full regional war. At the same time, think tanks are openly talking about lowering the nuclear threshold, basically saying maybe using small nukes isn't such a big deal. Let that sink in. Once nuclear weapons are used again, even once, the world changes forever. The taboo is gone. And when treaties disappear, something replaces them. Fear becomes the new currency. The ability to make your enemy hesitate, to make leaders think twice. That's how power works. When there are no rules. This isn't about winning wars, it's about submission. And every end times scripture says the same thing. The most dangerous moment isn't when people are afraid, it's when they stop being afraid. That's where we are now. No rules, no fear, and a world testing how far it can go. My dear friends, it's not the end yet, but it's how the end begins. Thanks for listening to the Independent Islamic Republic. Assalamu alaikum, over and out.
Those who trigger off a nuclear war, nuclear weapons war, and who are the ones who want to win the war and who are going to benefit primarily from it, would be careful, would ensure that they knock out the internet around the world.
Ну, если, не дай бог, дойдет до каких-то ударов, то все должны понимать, что вот у России есть система СПРН, система по предупреждению, раннего предупреждения о ракетном нападении. У США есть. Больше в мире нигде такой системы развитой нет.
I mean, there's a quote from Nikita Khrushchev, the former premier of the Soviet Union, and he said, after nuclear war, the survivors would envy the dead. I mean, there is no more law and order. There is no more rule of law. There is no government.